KILR KILR Games.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome back to the tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator, the one from 2020. I have pretty much all the simulators here on this channel, and they are all following the world tour, and they all follow the same flight plan as much as they possibly can. So it does go all the way back. Looks like they're sliding around. This guy's like ice skating or something. It does go all the way back to the original flight simulator from Microsoft. Goes all the way back to 1982. That one you can't really travel around the world, so he's skating too. Wow. Must be a feature. So it's a quad city tour where it does travel on the Chicago map and New York, etc., etc. But everything else pretty much is going to follow the same flight path for the most part. It gives you a chance to be able to see these flights in full and compare them with each of the simulators, just to see, you know, how did they do back then. And I don't play just default. I also play with add-ons and expansions and stuff with those old simulators. So you get to see it enhanced, I guess you could say. Well, we're here. We're going to be flying a different aircraft. This is the Pipistrel, because we got a little bit of a short flight ahead of us, and it's going to be a fun one. We're here at Aurora, as you can see, KARR, KARR, which makes me think of Knight Rider. Let's go ahead and talk about where it is that we're going to be flying. Okay, so this map here is what I've been using on the other simulators. Just for reference, this is all the way back to Flight Simulator 2 for the Commodore 64, which is where I started the World Tour idea that I've got 2 years ago, from the time that I recorded this particular episode here. Started with the Commodore 64 because that was my first flight simulator, and I wanted to relive the memories that I had with it, flying from airport to airport and across the coast, and I wanted to share that with people. And then that just kind of grew to other flight simulators that I liked, such as Flight Simulator 5 and 98 and FS9, FSX, and then I had gotten X-Plane 11, and then I just decided to expand it from there and include simulators that I hadn't played before. As well as, you know, other ones like ProPilot and Fly and SubLogic Flight Light, which I had never heard of before, and the old X-Planes, going all the way back to X-Plane 5. So, lots of good stuff on this channel. It gives you a chance to really compare all these different flight simulators, and hey, maybe relive or make some new memories of your own as well. So, we're here at Aurora Municipal, and we're going to be going here to Clow International. So it's a bit of a short flight, so I figured a simple little aircraft would be fun in order to do that. And to use some modern information here, this is from Navigraph, which is exclusive to this particular series. well, kind of exclusive. It just happens to be because I happen to now have it, whereas before I didn't. But anyways, yeah, Chicago Aurora to Bolingbrook, Clow International. Now the actual flight will take us over here to Naperville. It's the Aero Club, the Naper Aero Club, and then over here to Bolingbrook. But I can't use airports as waypoints here, so that's kind of a bum deal there. But yep, that is how we're going to get there. We should be able to just pretty much fly in that direction. I would say, what, a heading, almost a heading of 270, maybe a heading of 280, no, sorry, that's that other direction. 100, I think, should get us in that direction there. And also, too, if you take a look at this is the Joliet VOR right here. And we could tune this into, that is really hard to read. I wish there was a way to make this bigger. You know, getting older, my eyes tend to blur. But that looks like 030 radial. So if we tune in the Joliet at 030, and once we cross that vector, we should be close to Naperville, and then we can work our way around, or just curve our way around to Bolingbrook, and hopefully it's a north-south runway. And speaking of which, we can take a look at the maps here, just so you can get an idea of what the airport looks like. Okay, so here is the chart for Clow International. As you can see, it's a north-south runway here. And then that way, once we get there, we can see just how well Flight Sim 2020 generated this area. This will be interesting because this is a small airport, and if you've seen the other flight simulators, you've seen that, well, you know, they haven't really done it accurately. But it'll be interesting to see how it works out on this one. So we are in the aircraft here. We're going to go ahead and get this started. I have not actually flown this aircraft yet, so this will be interesting. Got a whole bunch of buttons here. Okay, these turn on the lights. Let's get the, well, I guess we need to get the power on and stuff. Ah, here's that there. Master power. Is the parking brakes on? It's hard to tell. I'm not sure which one's which. Okay, we've got ourselves some synthetic vision over here, and we got our map and everything over there. So, and we can tune in Joliet. Actually, well, not really. We don't have any nav radios. Do we have? I think we have something here, don't we? No? Over here? Oh, I guess not. Well, let's hope this doesn't fail. Oh, here we go. Here's something. .3. Let's see if we can get this to... That allows us to tune it in. There it is there. And we were saying 030. Change this course here. Doesn't seem like. VOR 1. I'm doing a whole lot of moving, but I'm not actually moving that, am I? What do these do? These light... Oh, okay. That doesn't do anything. Wow. I've got this. Doesn't seem like I can change it, though. At least I'm not seeing it. Oh, where's heading? Heading, CRS course? Ooh. There we go. Okay. So when this crosses over here, that'll be when we get close to the airport. That's how you do that. So you just click this, use this to turn it around. You can do that for the heading as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We can set our autopilot. There, I'm just gonna click and hold here. I should have gone the other way. That just sounds... Alright, heading of 100. That should work out. Yeah, everything looks the way that I was planning it to look. This guy keeps walking in front. We'll tune in to Aurora Atis here. Radio frequencies right there. To 5.85.
Aurora Airport information, Whiskey 2200 Zulu. Flight 227 at 1 tree. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 600 feet, few clouds at 4,300 feet, few clouds at 12,300 feet. Temperature, 14. Dew point, 10. Altimeter tree 0.17. Visual runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Whiskey. Aurora Airport information, Whiskey 2200 Zulu. Flight 227 at 1 tree. Visibility, tree. Sky condition. Ground Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo with Whiskey request taxi for takeoff departure to the east. Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo taxi to and hold short of runway 27 using taxiway Charlie. Contact tower on 120.6 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 27 using taxiway Charlie Pipistrel India Lima Romeo.
So I was hoping it would give me the option to choose another runway, but nope. I'll go ahead and get tower set to go here, 120.60. We'll tune that in as soon as we get close to the runway. So we can also take a look at our taxi instructions. Not exactly accurate. It was telling us to use taxiway Charlie. So I suppose he wants us to take off from this position. I suppose that's what it would be instead of taking Alpha all the way over here. So I don't know if those taxi instructions are valid or not. With the type of aircraft we have, we may not need the full length of the runway, but I don't know. Let's just take Alpha to Alpha 1. I always like to get towards the beginning of the runway anyway, so that way we can see the runway number. I know that sounds silly, but it's just the thing. It's just because, you know, going back and playing the old simulators, I always start off at the end of the runway. Well, that's because mainly that those old ones didn't have taxiways and buildings and stuff. Let's go ahead and get some lights on. That's something that I failed to do on previous flights. This is interesting. Oh, okay. Alert! 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 Open hot air entry. Decrease. Set airflow to cabin. Oh, that's heating. I guess it gets cold in here. I'm just looking out all the switches and playing around. Tank lights. I'm not sure what that does. This is all panel stuff. Okay, well, I think we messed around enough. Dude, man, don't walk in front of the plane. Got a little bit of stuttering here. Now I do have my settings set to high, not ultra. But honestly, it looks quite good with what I have. Whoops. I think we may have gotten turned around here. Yes, we did. That's okay. You want to do a little bit of sightseeing, right? Look at that fluffy grass. Yeah, it's glass. We don't want to walk barefoot in that. I talked about how in the last episode that as soon as we land, we're going to go out to the grass and walk barefoot in it because it just looks so comfortable. Well, you know, we're giving you a little tour of the Aurora Airport here. Which, I mean, come on, honestly, it's kind of neat that all these buildings are being rendered out here. You know, and this is default. The small airports, from what I've noticed, render out pretty well as far as the default is concerned. Where it tends to have problems is the larger airports. Dallas-Fort Worth comes to mind. I had done something out of Dallas, and it looked awful. It was not good at all. It was very disappointing. It's one of those things where you really would need to get payware for that, and that's kind of unfortunate because...
Clearance delivery, generic November 09079er, ready to copy IFR clearance to due page. Generic November 09079er is cleared to due page airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.5 squawk tree 171.
That's interesting.
Aurora Tower, Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo at runway 27 ready for takeoff departure to the east.
Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo cleared for takeoff runway 27 departure to the east approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Pipistrel India Lima Romeo.
So we got to hear some ATC for another aircraft. Unfortunately, there are only two voices. They really need to add some more voices. FSX and, well, heck, going all the way back to Flight Simulator 2002, there was more voices. And there are two settings. There's one that uses Azure, which I checked into Azure, and there's a whole bunch of voices, so why we're only getting two, I don't know. But then there's another one called, I don't know, offline or something like that. It's supposed to use the Windows voices that you have installed. Nope. Listen to the hum of that engine. Ooh, I like that. Looks like it's pulling a little bit.
Aurora Tower, generic November 09079er at runway 27 ready for takeoff IFR to due page. Pipistrel India Lima Romeo, continue for east departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. Generic November 09079er, taxi into position and hold.
Aurora Tower, Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo, continue for east departure.
Position and hold, generic 079er. Generic November 09079er, cleared for takeoff runway 27. Cleared for takeoff runway 27, generic November 09079er.
I also bumped up the amount of air traffic, and that's making it a little bit choppy as well. All right, let's see if we can get the autopilot going here. Okay, excellent. worked out nicely.
Generic 079er, contact Chicago departure on 133.5.
Tower Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo frequency change. Chicago approach Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo is type Pipistrel PIVI 4 miles east of Aurora. Request flight following.
Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo Chicago approach. Squawk 7615.
Squawk 7615 Pipistrel India Lima Romeo.
India Lima Romeo radar contact 5 miles east of Aurora 1,800 feet. Altimetry 0.17. Generic 079er, please expedite your climb to 5,000 feet.
Copy Pipistrel India Lima Romeo.
Propeller. Throttle control. Here we go. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Yeah, we do have something in the red here. RPM apparently too fast. There we go. Well, now it's still going up again. There we can see it's coming up there. But remember, we got it tuned in here, so this should come to the center as soon as we get close. Wish I could sit a little bit higher so we can see out the window.
November 8178 Zulu ready to copy IFR clearance to Charlie 04. Generic November 8178 Zulu is cleared to Charlie 04 airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.5 squawk 2442. Clearance void 30 minutes from now. November 8178 Zulu cleared to Charlie 04 airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure is 133.5 squawk 2442. Clearance void 30 minutes from now. Generic 78 Zulu read back correct.
Should be coming close there. We should be getting close to flying over the airport. Let's go ahead and take manual control here and let's take a look. See if we can find that Aero Club. We're like flying right on top of it. That's it, I think. Yeah. That might be the airport right there.
Delta Airport is 11 miles at your 10 o'clock. Maintain present heading and altitude, report runway and
Or it's up, or it's this. That's coming up.
Maintain present heading. altitude generic 21 Delta. Generic 21 Delta has the runway in sight. Generic 21 Delta, you are 10 miles northeast of Kilo Delta Kilo Bravo. Maintain present heading and altitude.
It might be a grass runway over here.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Generic 21 Delta.
Because we should be flying right over it. Yeah, I think it's a grass runway. We got the jitters here. Let's go ahead and tune in to Clow. 122.9er.
Charlie 5 traffic Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo 3 miles northwest 1,300 feet inbound to land runway 18.
Okay, so the airport is very close. Ah, there it is. Oh, don't get jittery on me now.
Charlie 5 traffic Pipistrel Kilo India Lima Romeo is clear of the runway.
It's not too bad of a representation of the airport. Whoa. Okay, well, ground traffic is not exactly the smartest. I believe this thing here is supposed to be like a restaurant or something. My goodness. Figure out where you're going to go, dude. Oh, no, no, it's that right there. It's that building. Yeah, I believe that building there is an actual restaurant. All right, let's go ahead and shut her down. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, this is relatively close to how Clow is. Now, how do I know that? Is because the X-Plane 11 series has a documentary at the end of each flight where we take a look at the airport and some of the stuff that's there, and then go into town as if we were traveling from one airport to the other. What would we do when we get there? So if you kind of like to have a little bit of kind of like an education travel type of series, with flight sim kind of mixed in there, flight simulation, definitely check out that X-Plane 11 series. I think you'll enjoy it. But yeah, this is really neat to see here. I'll just kind of look around here, and there are like hangars and stuff over there. That's correct. Neat. Wow, fantastic. Yeah, just really enjoying this, being able to, and it really means something when I've started off with the Flight Simulator 2 and have been seeing it on all the different simulators through the years, and or I should say the versions, and then being able to see it here is just really neat. And I hope you think it's neat too. If you did like this video, click that like button and share the video, leave some comments. It really helps out me and the channel, and supports your independent creators, so that way we can put the U back in YouTube and not let those corporations take it over. And if you are new here, click that subscribe button and click that notification bell, so that way you get notified of future flight simulation content that is uploaded to the channel, such as the next episode of this tour. You never know, we might have a truck just hit us. But I have stuff throughout the week, and like I mentioned, there are other flight simulation videos on this channel, and different types of series too. It's not just the world tour. And then if you'd like to meet me live, I do live streaming over on Twitch. I do that throughout the week. There are flight sim videos and Minecraft and different types of stuff. And typically, when I'm recording episodes, footage for episodes, I'll live stream also. It gives you a chance to be a part of the show. I don't live stream all of it. Some of it I do offline, like what I'm doing here. But hey, follow me over on Twitch. I'd love to meet and chat with you. And then over on Instagram, I take pictures and photos of projects that I'm working on behind the scenes. Kind of gives you an idea of what it is that I'm working on. Twitter, hey, follow me over on Twitter. That is the official source for KILR news and announcements. Plus, I give you some retweets of things that I think you might find interesting. Snapchat, hey, once in a while I'll just do something fun with that. So if you have an account, you're more than welcome to add me there. And for those of you who would like to support me and support the channel and be able to help me make it grow, there is Patreon. There's different tier levels there. Go check that out. There's different rewards and bonuses that you can get as a result. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you on the next leg of our exciting journey. Have a killer awesome day.